Hi guys, today's story is about challenges and I hope this story will encourage you also to share what you've learned on your placement, what challenges you faced, and certainly you still can share your successes as well. So I remember my placement in one center. It was not far from the place I used to live, so I used to actually ride my bike in there, and it was winter time. It was a little bit cold, but I remember it was beautiful because I could ride my bike straight from home, so it was close to home. When I had my placements, I had to travel for about an hour. So when you enroll into the program, you actually have to travel for about an hour. Yeah. So, and all my other placements, they've been quite far from home. So I really loved this place for many reasons. It was multi-age, so that means that children were allowed to play together. So they created a sense of community. It was council run, so as you know, council run centers have good reputation, usually well resourced, and all the educators definitely put relationships with children as their priority. So, and also relationships with families, from what I could observe, were very important as well. Overall, the vibe in the center was very good, and educators were quite respectful to each other, to children, and to the families. However, there was a challenge. So I am very enthusiastic and proactive educator. Even when I was a student, I wanted to try new things, and because as students we do have a lot of tasks such as learning plans, so we have to implement, so I also had to plan activities. And I remember that I started to set up activities for young children, so under 3, so I had like babies and toddlers in my group. I brought a lot of things into the center. And once I was approached by the manager, who was my supervisor as well at the time. So she asked me not to set up so many things, because she said that young children do need consistency and we really want them to learn things in depth. Which I found confronting, and I found that it is really not what I used to think about children and not what my background, my experience tells me about babies. I thought they are quite curious and they, wiring neurons and they need new stimuli all the time. And they actually looked like they enjoyed all the activities that I offered. So my activities included just fine motor skills, copying, pasting, and collage activities, but a lot of manipulative activities. And I wouldn't say they got bored with those activities. They were quite excited. I also noticed that the puzzles that they have in the room, children are not playing with them straightforwardly. And also I found that being bored, they want something more stimulating and maybe more open-ended experiences. At Monash, where I started, as in Swinburne as well, I remember they promoted open-ended loose resources and a lot of activities where children can create, problem solve. I asked my supervisor whether we can have a discussion about it after my shift. So I said that I will remove all the resources, all the new resources as you required, but can we please have a discussion, as I really want us to talk about it. And she was fine with that, so we had a discussion, and it looked like while we were discussing things, we were really different. So I noticed that she supported one theoretical perspective and I supported another theoretical perspective. I agree with some of her arguments about babies and toddlers. They do need consistency in their routines, but I also said that it doesn't mean that the toys should be the same or resources should be the same every day. She said, yes, I agree, but I think those resources shouldn't be changed so often. And I also explained that maybe it is happening so fast because I'm a fast thinker. and somewhat harsh. I mean, like not how to say it lightly, a little bit hyperactive as well, and I said that maybe my pace is a little bit too fast, and I agree that yeah, I would reconsider how I plan the activities, and I'm a guest here, so I will do everything that you want. But just wanted to ask, why do you think that babies require more time to explore the resource in depth? So we had this wonderful 1 hour discussion, and we shared some knowledge with each other, and I guess I learned more from this educator because she was more experienced as well. I hope that she also could take on board some of my suggestions about having more manipulative experiences in the room and more sensory experiences. But at the same time, I was able to see that program for under 3 in this particular center is more focused on self-help skills, creating a sense of security, sense of belonging, identity, and all the other important things, and also building relationships. I noticed that educators do not rush children through the routines, and they do let them actually put their clothes on by themselves. They do let them, they give them time to get dressed, and they give them time to finish their meals. And the same is about any play experiences. So I learned a lot, and because I was not really aggressive in my approach, I listened to what my teacher said. But I also written all these reflections in my journal, and I still have this journal, and I still have those reflections, and sometimes I revisit these experiences and look at them with my new eyes. Yeah, so yeah, I kind of review these experiences. So that was the challenge, because we really didn't agree on something. We had different philosophies, but I've learned from this open discussion what this center position is like, and also was able to share my position. I think this is the key to successful open communication. Thank you for listening. I hope to hear your stories as well. Bye.